Last year, we finished construction of over 60 acres of new wetland habitat at our Shine Foundation Preserve in Monroe County. This effort was part of a large-scale restoration project funded by the Environmental Quality Incentives Program of the Natural Resources Conservation Service and many other generous donors. This project included restoring wetlands and bottomland forest habitat, establishing native grasslands, and planting pollinator meadows with native plant plugs that we grew from seeds that we harvested on sycamore preserves. So far, we've restored over 100 acres of native grassland and meadow habitat at the Shine Foundation Preserve. Black-eyed Susans are already blooming, only a year after this field was seeded with native species. In May, we finished planting over 11,000 trees at the Shine Preserve and at other nature preserves that we protect in our Bean Blossom Creek Conservation Area. In just 3 years, we planted over 50,000 native trees in this habitat corridor. The Shine Foundation Preserve is located along Bean Blossom Creek, a major tributary of the West Fork White River that provides drinking water for millions of Hoosiers. It is part of over 2,400 acres that Sycamore Land Trust protects in the Bean Blossom Creek watershed. Since 1990, Sycamore has permanently protected over 11,500 acres in southern Indiana. As our nature preserves grow, so does our responsibility to care for them. We manage the land for healthy habitats to support a diverse range of native species. In the first year since we completed our new wetlands at Shine, we've seen a remarkable number of new species using this habitat. These wetlands have provided a refuge for threatened species, like the great egret, a species of special concern in Indiana. On August 3rd this year, I counted at least 14 great egrets in our new wetlands. I also noticed smaller white birds standing among them. Juvenile Great Blue Herons are bright white when they are young, before turning a beautiful blue. While I was recording these videos, I heard rustling in the willows behind the wetland's water control structure. I peeked through the branches and spotted 2 river otters. For months, we'd been seeing river otter tracks in the mudflats along the edge of our new wetlands. These mudflats have been a fun way to test our tracking skills and to learn more about the species moving into this area. This spring, the Shine Foundation Preserve was established as a marsh bird monitoring site by the DNR's Division of Fish and Wildlife. This project monitors secretive marsh birds that inhabit remote and often inaccessible wetlands with the goal of creating recommendations on the land management practices that will benefit them. The first year of surveys at Shine resulted in 37 marsh bird detections, including blue-winged teal, sora, swamp sparrow, and the state endangered least bittern. Our land stewardship intern Wyatt Downey volunteered his impressive birding skills to help with the monitoring. Wyatt also photographed this state endangered Henso's sparrow at Shine, and much more. He even spotted a Wilson's phalarope in the wetlands, a rare migrant in Indiana. Two juvenile barred owls were released near the preserve's restored grasslands by Raptor Rise Rehabilitation Center, a licensed wildlife rehabilitator. Our wildlife cameras have captured some incredible footage of barred owls hunting in the nearby wetlands at night. In September, We found barred owl pellets on the foot of our new Modus wildlife tracking tower, close to where these two juveniles were released.
Isn't that cool? And then also on the backside of the barn, we have a barn owl box. We've only gotten kestrels so far, but kestrels.
This spring, we installed this Modus wildlife tracking system tower in partnership with the Indiana DNR's Division of Fish and Wildlife. We joined an international research network that uses automated radio telemetry to track the migration of tagged birds, bats, and even insects. We also help tag wood thrushes at Shine through the Chasing Melody project, again with the Division of Fish and Wildlife and Indiana Audubon. The tiny radio transmitters will allow Modus towers to track their movement. The first animals tracked by our new Modus tower were the 3 wood thrushes we tagged at Shine, proving that they depend on this habitat. Meanwhile, a very enthusiastic groundhog has been creating habitat inside our barn by digging holes in the dirt floor. Reptiles and amphibians are good indicators of high-quality habitat. We've partnered with the Indiana Department of Natural Resources to conduct herpetological surveys at our nature preserves in the Bean Blossom Creek Conservation Area. Here in the Shine Wetlands, DNR herpetologists and Sycamore staff are monitoring how quickly amphibians and reptiles move into this newly created habitat. We surveyed for 2 years leading up to the wetland restoration, and will continue monitoring for at least 2 years after its completion. 25 species have been recorded so far. In February, we dragged sticks and logs into the new wetlands to create habitat features for turtles and snakes to bask on, and for frogs and salamanders to attach their eggs to. A few weeks later, the frog chorus in the wetlands was almost deafening. These surveys discovered new populations of the state endangered Kirtland snake at Shine and at a few of our other preserves along Bean Blossom Creek. The information we are learning about their behavior contributes valuable scientific data to help protect them across their range. During baseline surveys before the wetlands were constructed, we observed a few American toads breeding in a small depression in a former agricultural field. After the wetlands were finished, their population exploded. In one survey, we observed thousands of little American toads hopping all around the new wetland areas. We've shown that if you build it, they will come. It's what we see happening every day on our nature preserves when we create and carefully manage healthy habitats where biodiversity can thrive. These inspiring stories from the first year in our new wetlands demonstrate the power of effective land stewardship. While critical habitats like wetlands and grasslands continue to be threatened across Indiana, we can safeguard this incredible biodiversity for future generations. We made this happen. Together, we can be good stewards of this vital habitat.